Dive deep into the shadows of the Cold War as we unveil the secrets of Project Blue Book, the United States Air Force's clandestine mission to investigate the unexplained. UFOs that captivated a nation and sparked a quest for the truth beyond our skies. From mysterious sightings to top-secret documents, join us as we decode the chronicles of the military's most enigmatic investigations. Welcome to TopThangs. In the annals of the unexplained, one name echoes with a peculiar resonance: Project Blue Book. This clandestine endeavor, a chapter in the annals of the United States Air Force, stands as a testament to one of humanity's most enduring mysteries. Our journey begins in the year 1952, amidst a climate of Cold War paranoia and fascination with the cosmos. The United States Air Force, spurred by an increasing number of UFO sightings, initiated Project Blue Book. The project's mission was twofold: to ascertain if these unidentified flying objects posed a threat to national security, and to scientifically scrutinize the data associated with these sightings. Over the course of its operation, Project Blue Book delved into a staggering 12,618 sightings. Each case meticulously recorded, each eyewitness account painstakingly analyzed. Yet, as the project progressed, a curious pattern began to emerge. The vast majority of these sightings, the Air Force determined, were nothing more than misinterpretations of natural phenomena or conventional aircraft. The mundane, it seemed, had a knack for masquerading as the extraordinary. However, not all cases could be neatly filed away. A sliver of sightings, roughly 6%, defied explanation. These instances, a perplexing blend of credible eyewitness accounts and unaccountable phenomena, remained stubbornly unexplained. They became the lifeblood of speculation, the fodder for conspiracy theorists, and the enduring legacy of Project Blue Book. 1969 marked the termination of Project Blue Book. The official stance was clear: UFOs posed no threat to national security, and the unexplained sightings could be attributed to a lack of data. Yet, the end of the project did not signify the end of intrigue. The unexplained sightings, those elusive 6%, continued to captivate the public imagination. The termination of Project Blue Book did little more than fan the flames of speculation about the government's continued interest in UFOs. To recap, Project Blue Book was a 17-year-long endeavor by the United States Air Force to investigate UFO sightings. Most of the sightings were identified as natural phenomena or conventional aircraft, yet a small percentage remained unexplained. The project was terminated in 1969, but its legacy lives on, fueling ongoing speculation about the government's interest in UFOs. In the end, Project Blue Book serves as a reminder of our enduring fascination with the unexplained. It stands as a testament to our desire for answers, our fear of the unknown, and our relentless pursuit of truth. And perhaps, just perhaps, it is a reminder that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Origins and establishment. Though public interest in UFOs spiked in the wake of highly publicized sightings over the late 1940s, the impetus for an official government investigative program emerged after a series of widely reported incidents over Washington, D.C. in July 1952. For 2 straight weeks, radar operators at Washington National Airport, Andrews Air Force Base, and the Washington Air Route Traffic Control Center tracked numerous slow-moving, unidentified objects over the Capitol, confirmed by visual sightings from pilots, air traffic controllers, and even presidential staffers. High-profile media coverage fueled public demands for answers that sparked USAF action. In response, the Air Force revived a previously disbanded UFO study group in late 1952 under the name Project Blue Book, headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Unlike prior UFO investigations which had faced internal doubts over scientific rigor, Blue Book leadership secured contracts with instrumentation experts from Ohio State University's Battelle Memorial Institute to support more advanced radar tracking and atmospheric analysis. The determined goal was to bring systematic empirical observation to unexplained sightings previously dismissed by many officials as imaginative accounts lacking evidence. Beyond security concerns driving incident inquiries, Blue Book's founding orders clearly tasked scientific evaluation of sighting characteristics to learn whatever Air Force could for its present and future interest. The dual mandates of eliminating threats while extracting knowledge shaped the program's operating directives and statistical approach, untainted by assumptions that sightings represented extraterrestrial visitations. Project methodology and analytic procedures. Under the leadership of Captain Edward Ruppelt and his staff, Project Blue Book developed systematic protocols for sighting report intake, case file management, field investigation procedures, and data analysis. Written by Ruppelt, Air Force Regulation 200. Two standardized report categories to distinguish traditional aircraft from more inexplicable observations. The regulations outline specific evidentiary requirements for reports deemed unidentified, including descriptive details, physics calculations to rule out conventional explanations, confirmations from credible third-party observers, and supporting instrumental recordings if available. Teams of Blue Book personnel frequently traveled to investigate the most compelling and highest priority cases in person. Using mobile radar units and atmospheric sensors, field teams scrutinized witness reports, recreated sighting circumstances for verification, and collected any available physical evidence like radiation traces or soil vegetation samples for lab testing. Sound recordings, photographic analysis, and vectoring data from ground radar and air traffic control further supplemented traditional eyewitness accounts. Once cases accumulated from Air Force bases, FAA facilities, and civilian channels, Blue Book staff methodically analyzed data searching for naturalistic explanations like meteorological sources, astronomical phenomena, or conventional aircraft profiles that could account for reported observations. Cases the Air Force could not satisfactorily explain using all available evidence were categorized as unidentified in official statistical tabulations issued through regular public reports. By program's end in 1969, 701 such cases out of 12,618 total remained unsolved or unexplained. Throughout its operational span, Blue Book maintained communication channels and knowledge exchanges with leading astronomers, atmospheric scientists, civilian aviation experts, and academic institutions as part of its analytical process. Their guidance informed methodology, while the solicitation of external peer review aimed to validate procedures. The project emphasized procedures of data collection and verification, exceeding protocols of its disbanded predecessors. Select notable cases. Among Project Blue Book's extensive files, a limited number of cases have stood out as essentially insoluble, with available evidence leading to their unidentified final classification. Though no single report can account for the entire public fascination with the phenomenon, official records describe these as particularly compelling sightings. The Mantell Incident, January 1948. USAF pilot Thomas Mantell died in a high-speed pursuit of an apparent metallic UFO that outmaneuvered his aircraft as it accelerated vertically. The incident predated Blue Book but was reviewed extensively given the death involved and uncertainties over the pursued object. The Flatwood Monster, September 1952. Residents of Flatwood, West Virginia reported observing a pulsing red light which appeared to crash in a nearby field. Upon investigating, they confronted a glowing humanoid entity that paralyzed onlookers temporarily. Despite lacking residue evidence later, multiple independent consistent testimonies complicated offers of a misidentification explanation. The Lakenheath RAF radar case, August 1956. USAF and RAF personnel tracked numerous objects on radar for over an hour, many confirmed visually. Estimated speeds from radar returns exceeded Mach 4 despite lack of sonic booms heard by ground observers. No projectiles capable of such speeds existed at the time. Blue Book found no prosaic explanations and labeled the case unidentified. The swamp gas incident, April 1966. Eyewitnesses reported odd maneuvers and electromagnetic interference affecting their cars from a glowing oval object rising from a swamp near Dexter, Michigan. Though Dr. J. Allen Hynek speculated toxic marshland gases may have caused some visual disturbances, his language was widely misquoted as having prematurely dismissed the entire event as simply misidentified swamp gas before full investigation. The case highlighted issues in some internal and external messaging. While representing only a small fraction of total cases, officially unexplained incidents demonstrated the program's recognition that a minority defied conclusive explanation. Project Blue Book's published public stance affirmed the phenomenon was worthy of objective scientific scrutiny rather than premature judgments or dismissal. The Robertson Panel and Program Termination. Though Project Blue Book consistently maintained a public stance focusing on data collection and study, rather than definitive judgments around extraterrestrial origins, the controversial Robertson Panel findings of 1953 directed Air Force obfuscation and downplaying of the topic. Convened in response to the Washington, D.C. overflights that had prompted Blue Book's founding, The Robertson panel mostly consisted of scientists and academics tapped by the CIA to analyze perceived threats behind UFO sightings. Contrary to Blue Book's public statements, the panel concluded, almost unanimously, that study of UFOs only risked fueling public hysteria without yielding substantive national security insights. Their report recommended aggressive debunking of UFO sightings, theorizing the phenomena represented little more than civilian overreactions to misunderstood military tests or natural events. Though Blue Book personnel disagreed with this interpretation and continued metadata study, Air Force public messaging reflected Robertson panel advice to debunk where possible. By the late 1960s, dwindling public interest, funding challenges, and several university studies, concluding Blue Book, had exhaustively explored available scientific explanations motivated program termination. In December 1969, the Air Force announced an end to public UFO investigations, having determined the phenomena held no security implications despite unsolved cases. Internal arguments attempted with limited success to transfer projects to NASA for continued study after the Air Force discontinued inquiry. But overarching national security and academic consensus saw little further value in perpetuating data collection. Upon Blue Book's closure, the Air Force transferred all case files to the U.S. National Archives, though some later allegations around missing records surfaced. The debate persisted as to whether the Air Force was authentic in pursuing fair scientific evaluations or had actively debunked the topic, and the legacy of unsolved cases allowed public speculative narratives to persist even after official scrutiny ended, catalyzing interest from civilian investigators. Ultimately, Project Blue Book represented an official government effort to analyze UFO incidents through procedures designed to assemble factual data and apply rational scientific methodologies in an objective search for explanations. Public records indicate the program's intentions of eliminating national security threats, while furthering knowledge was largely sincere, even if complicated by advisory panels promoting secrecy. The willingness to continue investigations of unexplained sighting cases rather than summarily foreclosing scientific analysis affirms an open-mindedness that some critics have overlooked. Blue Book's termination did not mark any definitive conclusions about the non-existence of unexplained aerial phenomena. Rather, it signaled limited further value perceived in diverting government resources toward a problem set unable to yield actionable intelligence nor apparent breakthroughs in fundamental science. At its end, the lack of public policy outcomes matched the critique of ineffectual spending despite a database of intriguing radar and visual observations, still defying prosaic explanations to this day. Lessons could arguably extend around the imperative to continue case study investigations through involving complementary agencies or private partners when valuable data accumulates short of a resolution. Perhaps Blue Book's data might have yielded more insights at its close if exposed to wider evaluation, or if aims around public awareness matched pragmatic emphases on security. But these remain theoretical institutional considerations in understanding the involvement of governmental bodies in empirical study of enigmatic phenomena. More broadly, Blue Book's history underscores the responsibilities of agencies both to properly document unexplained observations encountered in the course of public operations and to communicate findings transparently to the government's stakeholders, the citizens. The resolve to prioritize facts over speculation amid uncertainty remains vital for maintaining public confidence. And the program served as a precursor to norms of broad data disclosure, allowing continued study by other parties when agencies focus elsewhere. It is a history rife with nuance, paving paths to enduring accountability. Project Blue Book remains a cornerstone in the study of UFOs, bridging the gap between military secrecy and the public's right to know. With the conclusion of Project Blue Book stating no threat to national security, do you believe all phenomena were adequately explained, or could some sightings suggest extraterrestrial origins? How does the legacy of Project Blue Book influence current UFO research and the government's approach to unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP? As we close the file on Project Blue Book, the questions linger. What truths lie beyond the unexplained sightings and hidden reports? Did we uncover the whole story, or are there secrets yet to be revealed? Share your thoughts, theories, and questions in the comments below. If this journey through the unknown has intrigued you, like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the mysteries of our universe. Thank you for watching TopThangs.